Buying a home today, but regretting it 10 years later. Hi, my name is Fernando Rebozo with Maxus Realty Group. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about the 5 biggest mistakes I see home buyers make when purchasing a home. And I want to make sure that does not occur to you because, after all, if you watch this video, I can assure you, I will save you thousands of dollars. Let's go ahead and get started with the number 1 mistake, and it's about future-proofing of your home. A lot of people are looking for a home based on their needs 6 months, a year from now, without taking in consideration what's going to happen 5 to 10 years from now. You know, our lives change. You know, you're going to have maybe a better career. You may have your family may grow, to 3 kids or whatever, and you're going to have to change. And sometimes, because of those changes, you have to resell the house very quickly and you may lose money on the process. So for that reason, always take in consideration that you need to see yourself, what is 5 years from now? What does it look like? And make that decision buying a home based on that and not based on what's happening to you right now. Number 2, avoiding the short-term focus and the distractions to make the purchase. Very important for you. A lot of my realtors that work with me on my team, they tell me, Fernando, I found the right home for my clients. Everything is perfect, but they don't seem to go and they want to do an offer right now. They seem hesitant about doing that. And I see, when I talk to these people, I say, they're talking about the interest rates being 1/4 too much or 1/4 too less. They're looking about little things in the economy, the politics or the elections and all that. When at the end, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, that will not have nothing to do with what happened to the home and the way it grew. And I can assure you, it's not going to be a big deal. Sometimes making those decisions based on that distraction is the most important thing you can do to help your realtor buy a home. Don't get overwhelmed by all the minutia of news that you're going to hear everything about real estate when you're purchasing a home, but just listen to your heart, find the right home, and I can assure you 5 years, 10 years from now, you're going to be happy that you did that. Number 3, resale value considerations. A lot of people are looking, I want to buy a cheap home. I want to buy a cheap home, something that's inexpensive, and they finally find a home that is a beautiful home, it's bigger than other homes that are more expensive and they have more amenities, but there is one defect on the house. And what is because it's next to a cemetery or next to a busy road or something like power lines right in the backyard, And then you say, well, I can ignore that. It's okay. I'm going to go ahead and buy it because it's the cheapest home in the area. But then 5 years from today, 10 years from today, that is the same problem that you're going to have now as a seller. That you're not going to be able to find too many buyers looking to overlook those problems. And that's why your property is not going to go in value in the same level as the other houses. Because if you had purchased a home that didn't have those problems, at the beginning, and the property values go like this, your property value, because you chose this other home that is cheaper, is going to be more flatline. And that's why buying a home, one of the biggest incentives and the biggest things that can occur to you is that you are making money by just living in the house, and the mortgage payment that you're making every month is really an investment you're making for your future. And you want to take all that information and making sure you maximize that payment and choose the right home and making sure that you are thinking about the resale considerations of that home and whenever you're ready to move out and make the sell. Number 4, maintenance and upkeep. Don't buy a home that the roof is 20 years old or 25 years old. Because that's going to have to be changed very soon, 2 years, 3 years after you move. And that could cost you $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 to do the same thing with AC systems, with water heaters. Ask your home inspector, how much of a life do I have on those items? Because those are the most expensive things that you have to do. If you're going to replace that in 2-3 years, then you need to take that in consideration on the offer that you put in for the property and tell them, listen, I have to change this roof anyway. So I'm going to offer you a lot less because that's the case. That is really what the value of the house is. Make sure that if you are buying a home that has problems, the offer has to accommodate the problems that you're going to have in the future. And finally, we're going to talk about number 5, choosing the right community. We are not we cannot guess what's going to happen to your community 5 years, 10 years from now, but you need to try to make a good determination that the community is going to keep growing with your family It's going to be a safe community. It's going to be a community that where you're going to have everybody looking for one thing, making sure that the community upgrades, making sure that everybody takes care of the yards, making sure everybody is looking about the value of their homes so everybody can rise up and sell those homes with a lot more money 5 years, 10 years from now. A lot of times, a lot of communities, you see people do not care about their yards, do not care about what's happening around them. They don't care if the property values go down. You don't want to belong to that community. Obviously, you have to be very careful why. And a lot of times, your realtor is not going to tell you this is a bad neighborhood because we're not allowed to do that. You have to make that determination. You have to go online, research the police websites and see how many times 911 was called to this neighborhood. And sometimes to even the house that you put in an offer, you can find out if there is any type of crimes that will happen over there. Those are the things that you need to do as a buyer to making sure you're not making a mistake. But overall, choose your community right, because that community is going to help you sell that property 5, 10 years from now for more money. This is Fernando Rebozo with Maxus Realty Group. Always giving you the right information to buy a home so you don't make those mistakes. If you want to buy a home in Maryland, DC, and Virginia, we have the realtors to help you to do that. Just give us a call. We're happy to help you. Thank you. Have a great day.